What is the evidence of a free mind? There is one word. Here it is: peace. What is the evidence that the stronghold is gone? Peace. What is the evidence that you now have received God's truth? Peace. What is the evidence that your mind is not held hostage? It is peace.
Now, am I trying to win the favor of men or of God? I want you to think about that. Am I trying to win the favor of men or of God? Do I seek to please men? And it frightens me to think, it actually frightens me for people to think how many people miss their destinies and never are fulfilled. Because if you don't do what God intends for you to do, then you're always going to feel like you're missing something.
In the absence of answers, what grows? Could be either one for you. Could be cynicism. Some of you have gotten really mean over the last 2 years. Because in the absence of answers, you have allowed anger to grow.
You completely disown everything that you're doing to contribute to your career, not going to another level. You know better, but you don't want to do better. This is uncomfortable, but I'm telling y'all the truth.
The people in your life, as good as they are, there are no perfect people. There is no perfect boss, no perfect friend, no perfect neighbor, no perfect spouse. Give people room to be human. Quit expecting them to perform perfectly all the time.
People who are open to the possibilities, no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. That's who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to people who want to zone out on alcohol or drugs. No.
Keep your purpose firm. Would you like to have peace in hard times? Then keep your purpose firm. Now that brings up a natural question. I have to ask you, do you even know God's 5 purposes for your life? Because clearly knowing your life purpose is essential to enduring. It's essential to lasting.
I hate pretending that I'm interested when I'm not that interested. I hate big group settings. I'm really more of the kind of one-on-one, small group, deeper, more intimate conversations kind of gal. And so before big parties, I just kind of get this like, ugh, do I really want to do this? Because I'm not the kind of person that likes what's required. scared to go to a big networking event.
The world is characterized by ignorance and malevolence and danger. Always, always, always. It's an existential truth. And then you might ask yourself, well, if that's the case, how might you best conceptualize that?
I don't care how it started. I don't care what it looks like. It doesn't matter what happened up until now. You will finish with favor. Confess it. I will finish with favor. Again, I will finish with favor. And he sat down. The problem with you, well, you can't receive the favor.
When I got started, let me tell you what I didn't have. I didn't have experience. I didn't have knowledge. I did not have a model. I did not have a mentor. I did not have a plan. I did not have a fellow traveler. I did not have resources. I did not have money. I did not have a growth environment. But I got started. You don't stop or not start because of what you don't have.
A gift opens the way. If you figure that out, it opens the way. You can read all the rest of that if you want to, but your gift opens the way. That's the part I saw. Cool. Then the gift opened the way. I got this lifestyle I got now because my gift opened the way, not my passion. I ain't made $1 playing basketball.
If you're not proactive, if you don't choose the right attitude, then the wrong attitude will show up. Instead of going to work sour, dreading the day, feeling unappreciated, you would show up with a smile, grateful to have the job, knowing that you're not working under people, you're working under God, that He's keeping the records. That's what allows God to change things.
Now, I'm not telling you that you don't have a reason to complain, but I am saying that it won't do us any good at all. So this is about being smart enough to help ourselves get to the place where we want to be. Because you know what the word complain means? Part of the definition of the word complain means to remain. I'm going to talk to these guys back here.
Forget what can't be changed and focus on the future. Until you learn to do this, you're going to be unhappy much of your life. Because you hold on to the habits, and you hold on to the hurts and the hang-ups, and you hold on to the grief and the guilt and the grudges, and that causes so much unhappiness in your life. You got to let it go.
As an overall rule, I do not like procrastination. You need to get things done. But if you are going to rest, that is one thing that you should procrastinate on. That's the one thing I want you to put off until tomorrow. And if, when tomorrow comes, you still feel like you need to rest or you need to take a break, then okay, take it.
The way we alter our life is, sure, we got to alter our behavior and our relationships and our circumstances, but the only way it's permanent is that we alter that governor, that thermostat, and we start to believe we're worth 85 degrees of life. 95 degrees of life, 110 degrees of life. And there's ways we can alter that. You put yourself in circumstances that are demanding of you past what you think your capacity is, and when you succeed at them, you build a new water line.
My mentor got me started on my library when I was 25. I got one of the best. If you saw my library, you would be impressed. I haven't read everything in it, but I feel smarter just walking in it, right? My library. I was smart enough to buy it all. Now I got to be smart enough to read it all. Now jot this down. When you do read, you have to sort through what you read and decide which is valuable to try.
When the world feels upside down, you always have the power to make it right. When one chapter ends, you always have the power to write a new one. When, you feel like nobody loves you, you have the power to learn how to love yourself. And if there's one thing that COVID-19 has done, regardless of whatever devastation it has caused in your life, is it has forced us all to experience the great pause.
If you can get a day off where you've worked hard and you've accomplished goals, that day off will be so sweet. When I work hard and I sit in front of the TV, I enjoy the shit out of it, honestly. I'm more of a workaholic than I should be, probably. If the balance was, I probably should relax more than I do, but I never feel like I earned it. But that's part of the reason why when I do feel like I earned it, I can enjoy it. It's because I am more connected to the idea that I need to accomplish things.
For the first time, look ahead and say, well, what do I want to go create? And 9 times out of 10, if you're discouraged right now, if you've got financial devastation, if you're facing something that is making this moment in time as hard for you as life was for Lewis and I in 2008 during the last recession, I beg you, ask yourself honestly, if what you had is actually what you wanted.
You don't truly appreciate relaxation unless you've worked hard. And that is the yin and the yang of life. And I've said this to the point of people getting sick of it, but one of the worst decisions a man can make, I can only speak for men, obviously, is to be comfortable. I don't think you should try to be comfortable. I think what you should try to do is try to earn comfort.